Hey guys, Viggoman here and welcome back to Let's Build HavenBay. Today we're first going to be starting looking at this beautiful statue that I've made. You can see it on top of this rock formation here, kind of guarding over the town here, and it's very cool. And I also added this very cool way to get up here where you kind of climb and stuff like that. Overall, really cool. Today we're going to be building a ranch, which I promised you in the last episode. So we're just going to go straight into it, I guess. This is the area, kind of been planning a little bit. And then I want to have this rail or fence, kind of just connecting up to this cliff here. And then kind of following the landscape and creating a nice cow pen or something like that. So yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. We're getting super close to be finished with this project here, which is a little bit fun and also a little bit sad, to be honest. I've been enjoying this series here for I've been enjoying it very much, and I think you guys have too, because your support and stuff like that on this series here has been amazing. So yeah, thank you so much for all of that, guys. It means the world to me, and hopefully you will be as supportive for my next project, which will be Nordic. I've been starting to plan out, working a little bit on some lore for the town, and kind of what they're up to, what they are doing, and then some stuff like that. So hopefully I'll get straight on to that whenever we're done with this. As I've told you in previous episodes and stuff, I've already been starting to place some blocks for that project, so hopefully I can get a video out as soon as we're done here. But as I've told you guys, I'm going on some skiing vacations and stuff in just a few days, so might not be able to do everything in between or do everything before I leave. And if I don't do it before I leave, I will have to do it after I leave for the skiing vacation, but still, that won't really bother me. I'm trying to pre-record as much as possible here, so when you're seeing this, I'm probably shredding the snow or perhaps relaxing at the cabin with my family, eating some delicious food and stuff like that. So just breaking some blocks here. So hopefully everything will go as planned and I get stuff done before I leave, and you guys have a lot of content to enjoy and look forward to. So yeah, let's just get building here as we always do. We kind of just plan out placing some blocks, and I like to just use black so that I can use a brush to put in some randomization here. And it also spares me a lot of time if I have to redo some walls and stuff. I don't have to redo the randomization of blocks, because as you know, I like to put in some different kind of blocks here in my walls. I don't want it to I don't want to use the same materials over and over again. Well, I do use the same ones, but I like to vary between 2 or 3 materials in all the walls, so that it looks a little bit more unique and it breaks up some of the flatness of the walls. So that's what we're doing here, and then filling in, and then that way we can kind of look back and kind of just imagine how this build would look when it's done. And yeah, it makes it easier for us in the end. So we're just gonna fill it up here like that, and then we're gonna fill in this one back here as well. That's gonna be the same height as this one, so we're just gonna fill that up, and here as well. So this is, as I told you, a ranch, and we're gonna have a small, not a stable, but a stable for cows. I don't know what that's called in Norwegian. That is the same word, like an enclosure for cows. It's nothing. It's called the same as for horses. So sometimes I don't really have a word for everything in English, you know. But you know that by now. You know how derpy my English is at times. And I think you just, yeah, I think you can accept me for for that, even though my English isn't the best. So let's see now. Let's get some tools in, and then we're going to do tool info on that one, and then we're gonna click, 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 and then we're gonna brush sphere, and then we're gonna have 60% of the 2421, and then I think 20% 15, and then 20% of the last one, which was 2237, like that. Awesome. And then we're gonna mask that to 3515, and then just fill it in like that. I really like this way of doing it because it allows me, or I can just use a command to do the randomization for me, and it looks often a lot better, and it also spares a lot of time and energy. So yeah, that looks very cool. I like that. Some nice details, and let's not forget about this part right here. And then we're gonna get ourselves one of these, fill that in, and then fill you in like that. So this is, as I've told you in previous episodes and stuff, the last house of HavenBay, as far as I've planned, at least. I don't think we're gonna add more houses, but as far as I've planned, this is the last house for this town, and then we're gonna add some boats later on. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time just placing in some boats and stuff around here. How does this one look? Let's actually use that just to mix it up a little bit, you know? Let's do that. So we're gonna start building some boats, and that's gonna be fun for the next episode. I think you guys will enjoy that as well. Like, my most viewed video ever is, if I don't remember wrong here, if I remember correctly, it is one of my boat building videos, which is my most popular video on the channel right now. And yeah, boat building. I think people like that. That's a cool like feature. I really like that. It's a little bit off. The contrast is a little bit heavy on that one, but it looks super nice. And then just adding in some details around here, as we like to do. Just fill it in here. The back here as well, like that, and then maybe here as well. Yeah, let's do that. Just like that. Very, very cool. So let's see now, where is this? Is the ground level. So what we're gonna do as well is I think we're gonna, yeah, let's do that, and then bring that out a little bit like that, and make you go there like that, and then move you, just fill it in like so. And then what kind of blocks do I use? I just think, yeah, I'm using wood for this, so let's use that. Going up like that, and then we have a small like porch area right here. And then what we can do is have just a small roof above this to kind of create this porch. I think that would be nice. We're just gonna do something like that, maybe even a little bit further up. Let's see how that looks. If we do something like that, that's not bad. I like that. Simple details, but it looks good. Then let's get some of these. Now I'm ruining my brushes here, but I hope I won't need them. Let's have a window here just because we can. Like that. And then I want to have a door right here. And possibly a small window right here. Like that. So let's kind of imagine how it will look on the inside. I think this small area here would be fitting for a kitchen. And often in kitchens I like to use smaller windows. So let's do one of these like that. Just a small window. And okay, so we have a few windows around here. No, we're not going to cover up here because that will be part of the ranch. So if we just place in a few more windows. We're going to change most of these as we go. I'm just doing this to kind of get a general feeling of how this build will look when it's done. Very often I tend to change up some of the windows when I start adding the interior, because some windows don't really fit with the interior that I want, maybe crashing with some walls and stuff. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah, let's have a door here and grab ourselves this door right here and put you in. So just like that and like that, and you go there like so. Very nice. Then I wanna, wow, I'm kind of all over the place. Grab you and you and you, and then maybe let's use screen for this one, just because we can. And I'm gonna see if I can be a little bit strategic here. So what if I place you first, like that, and maybe, yeah, let's do this first, like that, and then we can place on the roof itself. This is just kind of a small sun cover of some sort, and then we can place the pillars in, and then the gates. I always tend to do this a very time-consuming way, because of that you need the blocks there to place the curtains, and you need some blocks to place these on, so I often do it a lot of bad ways, kind of. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. Like that. Then we're gonna bring these cross beams through like that, to support the ceiling, maybe here as well, like that. Yeah, simple stuff, but it gets the job done, and already now this build is looking kind of cool. I would love to have some more details on it and stuff, but as I've said, something I like to add as we go. So yeah, let's just get into the ranch here, I think. How are we going to do this? Let's actually bring one of you, and then grab that one, and then find a gate. This one looks kind of cool. I like those. So let's bring in some, yeah, like that. Like that. The reason why I'm using these gates is because they connect up like that. Oh, that look though. Oh, that's pretty interesting. I think we found a cool idea here. Can I, if I place more of you? Oh, that's fantastic. I like that. It's kind of varying a little bit. I like my randomization and varying bits and stuff, so I like that. I can dig me some of that block, and then I think, yeah, let's keep it like that. That looks very bugged out though. Doesn't really properly connect, but hey, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna just leave it like that. Fill in here a little bit, and yeah, let's just fill in the roof here, just to get a general idea of how this area would look. Just gonna do it like that, and then just fill in like so. So there we go, like that, and break you again. Like so, and I think what I want to have is some supports between these supports here, just like that. So it kind of nicely connects up like that, and it nicely supports the roof, and yeah, it kind of just adds some detail and depth to a build. So let's fill that in like that. And very nice indeed. I think that looks kind of cool. What I like to do though is to maybe have a border going around like that. Just to make sure all the pillars are stuck, they don't move. So they kind of made this foundation for this. And also it makes this area look a little bit better, not bitter, but better. In the end, I think. So yeah, that's a cool small design. And then what I want to do is, as I've told you, kind of make this ranch around here. And this seems to be a little bit hard. So let's just bring you guys here a little bit with me and follow up the mountains, or the hill here, the slope, and just filling in like that. It's a little bit bugged out some places, but I'm just gonna keep it because I think it looks so nice when it's randomized. Yeah, randomized is the correct word here. And then I want to just connect you slightly up here to the cliff side, because that's like a natural wall. The cows won't be able to get past this wall here. So just connect it up like that, and then I think we're gonna maybe connect it up a little bit around here. We break some of that. And then have a decent sized enclosure for them. So let's see what we can come up with here. I'm trying not to keep these attached to other blocks, just because it doesn't make sense in the real life. It makes sense in Minecraft because you want to keep your animals inside and stuff, but in real life it doesn't make sense to connect to every block or everything you cross. So yeah, just like that. Then we have a decent sized pen for the cows. What I want to do is to bring in a little bit of this vegetation stuff and maybe some of this here. I really like, something I've been starting to do is to add these layers everywhere, especially in places where you walk, like close to the path and roads and stuff. I add some layers like that. And you know, like this, kind of just to make the slope a little bit more interesting. So I'm gonna do that somewhere, mixing in some blocks like this, and it creates a smoother terrain, I think. Well, it obviously does, because it's a lot smoother. It's a smoother way of making the terrain. So, but it makes it look a whole lot better and a little bit more unique and interesting. And very like immersive. And when it's not so blocky, you kind of break up the blocky pattern of Minecraft, what we're so used to. So just you don't have to do it everywhere, just some places, you know. Already now it's looking a lot better. So you just want to do it some places and then kind of draw your attention towards that spot, if that makes sense. You don't have to make all the blocks of your build these layer blocks. You just have to do it somewhere so that people can see that there is actually something happening. It's not all squares. There's actually some interesting shapes and stuff like that. So yeah, just something like that around. It makes it look so much better, and especially if there's some blocks which are staying out, like the corner blocks, just try to mix them up with some slabs or layers. It's gonna make this area look a whole lot better. And very often you don't really need anything. You just kind of just place them somewhere. It's gonna make things a lot cooler. So yeah, just doing that a little bit here. You know, it's a little bit boring, but I think it's a good tip. And many of you can learn from that, I think, to utilize that function as much as possible. Because that is a really cool feature of this mod pack, that you have these layers in many of, especially like blocks for landscaping and stuff. So try to do that, utilize that as much as possible, and you'll have a great area. Look at that, look how immersive that is when you're doing it like that. Very cool. Voice crack. Wow, welcome to the video, voice crack. I hope you enjoyed your little stay right here. Just filling in some more grass because we want the cows to have something to feed on. We want cows with meat, a lot of beef on them. We don't want skinny cows. We want proper cows for burgers and stuff like that. I bet they didn't really eat burgers at this area at that time we're doing this, but I like my burgers and I like them nice and filled up with meat and beef and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Some extra grass and stuff around here, and we're gonna of course have some artificial feeding stations and stuff. But I think that looks very nice indeed. I don't think I'm gonna do the slab smart because I'm afraid to overdo it. But what we can do is to use some of this medium path here, because that kind of looks like sand and dirt connected up here. So in here most of the cows will be probably spending their day because of the extreme sun in the desert here. You don't want to stay out in the sun for too long, especially since you're a cow. So I think just adding some of that around this shaded area makes sense. So we're gonna just kind of do that a little bit around here like that, because they would possibly poop and stuff here. There's a lot of manure on the ground, but yeah, it's cool. I think it adds just a little bit of realism here, I think. And then we're gonna have these ones of wheat, possibly on the inside here. Like, nah, let's like open doing like that. Oh, that's kind of cool when you connect them up like that. And then a tray of water. I'm just gonna do it like that, or possibly actually make myself a proper tray. Let's see how that looks if I get my water and I can. So if I do it like that, then fill the water in like that. That looks kind of cool. I like that. And then we'll have the bucket on the side of it so you can kind of fill it up and stuff like that. And then what I want to do is just bring in some more grass and dried out plants. So we're gonna have that one and these ones, and maybe some dead bushes. They are here like that. And then kind of just place them around here, because as I've said, I want these cows to have something to feed on, and it might not be like proper grass, but just some dried out straws and stuff would work, I think. So just filling it in a little bit here and making it a little bit more vegetated, and yeah, just adding some foliage and stuff around here. Looks kind of cool. A nice small tree would be nice as well in here. Maybe we should do some of that, maybe? I don't know. That doesn't work. Just adding a little bit here around as well. Yeah, I think that's enough. A decent vegetation on here, and maybe we'll add a small tree if we can. Maybe just now. Let's just do a very small tree, a very small one, like that. And we'll have one on the top here. Is very small. It gets the job done. Just creating a little bit of shade here for the animals, and we'll like that. So just a little bit like so, and filling in some leaves. This is a typical tree I use for HavenBay, because this is inspired by a tree that actually grows in the desert. One of the few trees that actually can grow in the desert is called the elephant tree, and it looks a little bit like that. And yeah, it's a very cool tree. So it's not really like branched out and doesn't have too many leaves, but it looks kind of cool. So something like that for a small tree. And then we have this house here, And I think we're happy about that. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed. If so, make sure to smack that like button. And if you haven't done it already, make sure to subscribe. It's been Viggoman, and I'm out.